Alrighty, am I streaming and is it working? Let's see. Testing. Yep, cool, it works. Okay, so yesterday I added in a wind effect for the grass and trees, and I made it so that when the player slams down near the grass, it kind of whoosh, you know, it kind of flattens it for a little bit. Now, the one problem I still am having with it is I need to fix the lerping when it comes back. So like the grass successfully like flattens, but then it snaps back to like its previous, you know, positional values. So I need it to lerp back to the position. And I'm having some issues with that. I think it has to, excuse me, I think it has to do with the fact I'm calling the lerp from after the coroutine, but I'm not sure. But yeah, you can see we got the grass moving here. Not perfect, but you know, it's getting there. And then if I slam on it, also the leaves move, it, you know, jolts back. But again, the issue is it's weird when it comes back. It just kind of snaps. So like with this piece of grass here, make this a little bigger. If I jump up, oops. If I jump up and I slam down, you can see it kind of blows back. But then you can see this little jolt where it snaps back. Maybe harder to tell while it's smaller. Here, maybe if I go to like a cluster of them within one of the finished areas. So if I jump up, slam, and they kind of snap back. It's very minor detail, but I don't like it. To make it more obvious, what I'll probably do while testing is go into my grass material here and increase the, actually no, the player, go down to my slam effect intensity multiplier and put it at like 6 so it's very obvious. So when I hit it, this is like way too much, but it'll make it jolt back really far, and you can see very clearly it's not really lerping back how it's supposed to. So bam, leans back, then bam, it snaps back. Not good, not what I want, don't like it. So ideally what I want to be doing, if I grab my code here, where am I? Scripts. And then, no, it's in my player movement, right? Sorry. Brain hurty. So if we go down here, yeah, so we have this lerp right here. We're calling our slam grass detect here, where we reach into the shader and change some of the values for how, for which way the grass is actually blowing. But the issue is, it's interesting because I tested it and increased the time here. The lerp is working the first time, but after we finish the slam and we call on this lerp, it's not lerping, it's just like snapping there. And we're going from the direction back to the initial direction. And those values shouldn't be changing. What I might actually do, honestly, is just throw this into ChatGPT real quick and see if it knows what the problem is. I'm not sure. Let's see. I am having this issue where when I try to lerp back from the direction, direction to the initial direction, it just snaps back. Does this have something to do with me calling it at the end of the coroutine? I don't know. Did I copy this already? I'm just gonna copy this section here and see if it knows what to do. It might spit out some bullshit, but sometimes it's helpful. If not, I'll have to Google stuff. Back likely happens because of how you're ending the lerp organic coroutine. You're using vector3 lerp, but you're never explicitly setting the final value at the end of the loop. Since the coroutine ends when elapsed is greater than or equal to duration, it's possible that that last lerp doesn't reach t equals 1f, especially with floating point rounding. This means the material never reaches the initial direction and might even snap back to the next frame or when the material is reset, causing the snap you're seeing. Make sure to explicitly set the final direction at the end of your coroutine. That's weird. Oh, so, okay. So in addition to applying the vector here, I should also set it outside of the loop. Okay. Weird. Oops. Huh. Okay. I get what it's saying. I don't know if that's going to fix it, though. We'll see. We shall see. It might be part of the issue. Maybe it'll just be the full issue, and then I can move on. And maybe not be stuck on this for an hour. We'll see. Because I have other plans for what I would like to do for my game today. No, it's still snapping. Strange. We're looping from to here over this time. And this would be finished. It just feels like this isn't even like happening. I almost want to try something real quick. Let's just see. So, again, I know the first one is working. Oops. What's going on? Hello, Unity? Oh, I hate when it does this. There we go. I know that the first lerp is working because I increased the time and it was fine. So, like, it's not that. Hold up. Hold on, when is that happening? Does the first one. So, wait. It's like not... The timing, like, isn't right. It's like it's doing the thing, but it's not actually lerping. Like, why, though? I don't get it. Wait, did it just... So it snaps and then it starts the lerp. That's what's happening. It snaps and then it lerps. Why is it snapping before the actual... We're changing the intensity and the frequency beforehand. Could that be causing it? That doesn't make any sense, though, to me. That is what's causing it. So, okay. Okay, I see what's happening. It's creating the illusion that the lerp isn't working because it goes from super intense to not intense at all. Okay, that's really easy to fix. All we really need to do is just grab this. And honestly, I mean, we could just bring it down to here. Do I even need to do this anymore? Can I just comment these 3 lines out? Maybe. Mayhaps. Perchance. Okay. The hell? Wait. Okay. Hold on. Let me try this. I know what the issue is now. It's just a matter of calling it at the right time. I don't want to create another delay for just this. I shouldn't have to. feel as though... Yeah, see... Problem with putting it here... It's not doing this how I want it to. Yeah, that causes it to not even... Ugh. Oh, of course it's not, because duh, because it's calling the lerp right here. Silly. It would work, but... It's changing the direction, but not the intensity. Which of course it is. Okay, so... I don't want to create a separate time delay for this. It's stupid. I have an idea. Here's my big brain, giga brain idea. We create a boolean, and we call it lerp back. This is stupid, but if it works, I don't care. And we pass in false up here. We pass in true down here. And if lerp back is true, we do this. Yeah, and then I can take it out of here. Right? So then it should only do it when we're lerping back. That's the dream anyway. Great. Nice. Still looks a little snappy, but like at least you see it coming back. That's just because it's going from... That's because I'm not lerping these values here, which I mean I could. Don't think I want to though. At least I don't want to worry about it right now, especially because it's not going to be that intense. So again, putting this back to where it was. Intensity multiplier, I think I had it at 3. And that looks fine. There'll still be a little bit of a jolt, but at least I know now that the lerp is working how I want it to. Yeah, there's that snap. I'll probably fix that in the future. It's really not that big of a deal. I mean, I just really need to basically get the initial intensity, and then basically in the same function here, lerp it. I mean, that wouldn't be that hard. I guess I should just fix it now. Okay. Fine. So, where am I getting the initial direction? Here. So, in addition, we should also get the initial frequency and intensity. So we'll create a float here, call this initial intensity. Doing that, intensity, there we go, is equal to, and then that just simply is the renderer dot material dot get float underscore wind intensity. So we're getting the intensity before we change anything. And we'll do the same thing for the frequency. Initial. Can I type, please? Frequency. Wind. Frequency. Great. We're gonna have to pass these in now. That's annoying. That's alright. It's just kind of stupid. It's a little silly, but whatever. Float initial frequency. Float. Initial intensity. I'm actually going to swap these simply because I want to. Okay. Initial intensity, initial frequency. And then instead of doing this here, what we'll do, might as well put the, I'll just put them at the end, it's fine. What we want to do pass in our 2. Initial intensity initial frequency. In addition, what I'm going to do is pass in the target. So create a float, call this target intensity. And this will be equal to our initial intensity multiplied by our intensity multiplier, which I'll just grab here. Do the same for our frequency. This isn't super pretty, but again, can always optimize it in the future. Wait, yeah, that's what I wanted. Initial frequency, target frequency, go. Why is this mad? Oh, because I'm not passing in the, yeah. So in here we need to pass in the initial intensity, the initial frequency, which then gets pushed in here so that it can use these values. And then we need to take in our targets. So float, target, intensity, float, target frequency. This is so stupid. It's fine though. Target intensity, target frequency. We can, actually I'm gonna keep those there for now. And then, good, pass that in. And now for this one, because we're lurking, because we're lerping backwards, the initial is going to instead be the target. And then we put the initials into here. Okay. Okay, so now all we need to do is we're passing in the time, so that happens at the same time. We have our lerp for our from and our to, and that's for a vector 3. Direction, which is our current. Okay, so then we need a float current frequency. Current tendency. We should probably rename this to current position. I really wish I could just have this be a vector 3. I don't know why the shader graph like actually hates me. It's fine. So our current intensity needs to be a lerp is equal to a vector 3.lerp, and it's our, we should really change this from to to because now we have multiple lerps we're passing in, and it should be our initial intensity to our target intensity, still at T. Yeah, you gotta be fucking kidding me. I just want to lerp. Is lerping values different? Do I just say float.lerp? Hold on. I thought I could just lerp a float. mathf.lerp, okay. Okay, cool. We're fine. Yeah. Okay, then do the same thing here. but it's the initial frequency, and then it's the target frequency. Lovely. We get our current intensity, our current frequency, and then we need to actually apply. In this case, it would be renderer. Actually, this is why I saved these. And then we simply should just be able to pass in our current frequency and our current, our current intensity goes here. Current frequency goes here. I'm doing this here still. I don't really know if I'm gonna comment this out for now. I really don't know if we actually need that. Okay. So that should be fine. And if we're lerping back, I don't need to do this anymore though, right? Because now I'm just lerping either way. So ideally I remove these and we can remove this lerp back boolean here. Let's see. Should probably increase the amount again. I need to organize this better. I mean, I did my best, but like, it's getting to the point where it's a little much. Hey, nice, it worked. It gets a little weird and wobbly there, but that's okay. Wonder why that happens. I mean, it's not a big deal. I'll put these back in. Does that change anything? It looks better, though. And that's progress. I'm not going to spend too much more time on this, though, because I really do want to move to something else. I can always come back. I just, you know, if I'm already working on it and it's fresh in my head, I might as well do it here. I don't know, it might have made it better. I guess we can also, if we're doing this, we might as well do it here too. And for this, it's the 2, so it would be the target intensity. Nice, though. That's what I wanted. It's good. The direction isn't like perfectly away from the player, but it's almost there. It's like almost perfectly fine, so I just don't care. No. It's like kind of sideways, but like, yeah. Let's try it like this way. Yeah. It's like a little bit off, like to the side. I think it has to do with how the grass is rotated, but like I tested it on a bunch of different ones and it seemed fine. Let's put this back at, maybe try 4 actually. Can handle that now, I think, because it's not jolting back so quickly. I am happy with that though. That's better. That's good enough for now. This is the end state of our graph here. I'm gonna happily close this tab and call that good. Let me push these changes so it's separate. Fixed jolting grass with wind effect. Nice. Now we can fucking move on. So my thought for today, because I might as well, since I worked on the slam with the grass, and let me delete this one. Since I recently fixed the grass and the leaves, and I made the slam affect the grass, why not make the slam even more fun and work on some of the other slam mechanics I plan on adding in, such as a particle effect when I slam. So if I jump up here, slam down. Oh, some of them did go towards me there. Fuck. So it is, yeah, it's the rotation of the grass, I think, that's causing the issues. And again, that's not perfect. It'll need to be fixed. But it's getting there. Now they went that way. What about from the side? I think it has to do with how I'm getting the vectors. Yeah, because sometimes it likes to go towards me. They jolted that time. Very strange. It's definitely not perfect and needs some work. That's weird. It's like it, like, sometimes works fine, and then other times it's all weird. Don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, it's like that shakiness on the way back. Weird. Must have to do with me updating the frequency and intensity here. I'm curious, like... if I get rid of this frequency update there, how that changes things. It's so strange. It's like I fix one problem and then there's others. So it's a little buggy still. I said I wasn't going to spend much time on it. I just kind of want to see, like, exactly what the issue is. It's not snapping back really anymore, but it's like... there it was fine. Maybe I shouldn't be lerping the frequency. Yeah, lerping the frequency is causing issues. Okay, we just won't for now. Put a comment here. Not lerping frequency right now because it causes some weird effects. We'll come back to that, though, another time. I think for now, that is good. So, what I'd like to do now is make the particle effect for the slam. And I have some ideas. So when the player slams down, right now nothing really like happens. You know, I hit the ground. I mean, besides the grass moving if you're near it and it destroying buildings. You slam down and it just, you know, your screen shakes and stuff, but there's no like dust or debris that flies up or anything like that. One other thing I'd like to do, and maybe it's also, why is this free aspect? Can we not do that maybe? Oh, that looks better. That's why I was looking weird. I was like, why is this looking like so much more lower resolution all of a sudden? So yeah, I want to slam down and I want like chunks of the ground to come up. In addition, I want to leave like a slam mark on the ground, so probably use a, oh, what's it called? My brain is not braining words. The grass just stopped. No, it's still moving. It's not moving as fast. Oh, it slowed the... God damn you. It slowed the frequency overall. Why? The target frequency. Initial frequency target. If you're lerping back. The target should be the initial. The initial just equals this. Call the coroutine. The initial should never change. The initial stays the same. The target is just passed in. Target is the start, the initial is the end point. Not sure why that's happening. Then lerping back does not reset properly to initial intensities. Weird. Not sure why that's happening. Again, minor issue. Ahoy! But the ahoy, Mizor Ratpope. So yeah, that's fine. I mean, that's a minor issue. Overall, I've fixed it mostly, but I'll come back to the wind. Just to recap what it's doing, keep it in my brain. I'll do it one more time. So we fixed the lerping for the grass coming back. However, when it comes back, it seems to be overall slowed a bit more. I thought I just saw the grass move. So yeah, like right now, this is the normal wind effect. If I slam, you can see it gets a little more wild and then goes back. There's that little snap there, but I can fix that later. But it's still moving. It's just, it's like the initial frequency it went back to doesn't look quite right. Like, it's barely moving now. And this is what it's supposed to be like. It's supposed to be moving more than that. But again, minor issue that I can fix when I come back. It's also still kind of jittery when it comes back, but it's a little better. They don't all move in the exact direction I want them to when I slam. But, you know, again, issues for the future. Right now, I want to move on and create the particle effect for the slam. So I'm going to create a new particle system. And this is going to be called my slam effect. So ideally, I want this to like kick up dirt, rocks, and what would the word be? Not smoke. Like dust. That's the word. That's the one. So it'll be like under the player's feet, basically. For now, I'm just gonna move this out here and get it like somewhat on the surface here. So obviously, right now it's emitting these, which bleh. What I'd like to actually do, and I've never actually used this in a game yet, I'd like to actually emit a 3D object, which is new for me. So we're going to do 3D start size here. And if we go into renderer, it's going to be a mesh. Okay, and the mesh I'd like to select, actually. What did I call it? I have a rock mesh. Where is it? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Where's my rock prefab at? Not prefab, I just want to go into models, I think. I do want to go into prefabs. I think. Because, although I don't think it'll let me drag this in. No, it won't. Yeah, I need the actual mesh itself. So if I go into models, which is kind of annoying. I mean, I could instantiate them, but I'd rather use particle system. Let me lock the inspector here. Can't include this, so does it have to be this mesh here? Probably. I don't think this will work either. Yeah, it has to be the mesh itself. Okay, so let's start with rock 1. Not seeing it. Oh, there. It just looks like smoke right now. So yeah, that's the mesh. We'll have to do some work with the colors and stuff, but that's okay. Almost looks like it's like transparent. Weird. So 3D start size, let's do random between 2 constants. So this is pretty large. Let's do like 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Let's actually start it at 0.2. Maybe have the maximum be 0.3 for now. Don't want it super huge. So here's the thing. Let's make the duration 1 second. And for emission, just want the burst. I just realized something. No, because, okay, I was going to say gravity is going to be an issue. I think gravity is relative to the local rotation of the particle system itself. So, hold on. If I enable gravity, where's gravity? And I rotate, oops, and I rotate. Damn. Okay, hold on. Simulation space is local. I need gravity to be relative to the rotation of the particle effect. I thought you'd think local would do that. It doesn't. I mean, like, okay. I want to use the particle system. I don't want to instantiate my own rocks as their own rigid body objects, but like I might have to. And the reason is I need to add gravity to it, right? But even choosing local space to simulate gravity with the rocks, if I rotate this, I need the gravity to be going this way. Gravity is still down. It's a problem. Maybe if I select, hold on. If I do custom, what if I dragged in the player? And then if I rotated the player... No. Yeah, that doesn't seem to work. That's unfortunate. Is there really no way... Darn, that sucks. I was really hoping I could just do it this way, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. That's a shame. Okay. So we're not going to worry about the rocks right now. We'll worry about the dust instead, I guess. We can do the dust and the... Yeah. We'll have to instantiate our own rigid bodies for the rocks, which is lame. So let's put this back at a... not 3D size. Renderer is going to be billboard. And we'll be doing dust. Now for the dust itself, I'm trying to think how I want to do this. I mean, I could use the rock as like a 3D dust cloud, I suppose. Thinking. Actually, I think what I'll do for this first one here is I will do... Let me turn off gravity real quick. 0. Because we can do anything that's not using gravity we can do, but if we want it to use gravity, then we have to create our own rigid bodies, unfortunately. What I will do for this, actually, is change the shape to a circle. And this will kind of be the on the ground. So not stuff flying up in the air, but... on the ground for this. So I am going to use a 3D object for this, I guess, because that's fine. So in this case, I want the material, not the material, the mesh, and then I want this to be here. Can I do, can I add multiple? Oh, yes. Will it randomize it automatically? I've never done this before. Looks like it is. Yeah, that's big. Non-uniform random. Wonder what that means. Whatever. Oh wait, no. Oh, I can say which one's more common. That's super cool. I don't really care about that. I'll have it be completely random. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So for mission, 3D start size, random between 2 constants. 3D start size. There we go. And that saved that, which is nice. As for the rotation, random between 2 constants, 3D start rotation, 0 and 90 degrees, I guess, I don't know. On each one. Start color. Probably random between 2 gradients. Have one there, and maybe one it's a bit more red. Could even add in some might be a little too intense. Something like that. They're still like transparent. Where's the material? Here we go. That's why it looks weird. For the material, maybe I don't even need, hold on, let's get rid of the start color stuff here, actually. Let's just keep it white. And then for material, rocks. There we go. They're very dark. Probably because they can't receive light. There we go, light layer 1. Yeah, that's what I want. Perfecto. We can do some randomization with the colors still. It's just, I don't think I'm going to do that yet, though. Still pisses me off that adding gravity to this is not a thing I can do. Because it fucking, even if the simulation space, it's annoying. It annoys me. Maybe there is a way to do that. I'll look it up. But right now we're worrying about this initial ring. That's exploding anyway. Now, I think right now, is this too big? Not necessarily. Depends. Okay. So, let's talk about our start speed. I want this to be pretty fast. We'll do a little bit of randomization here. Between 10 and 15. Now, that's quite fast. Maybe a little too fast. Where's my speed? Here it is. Yeah, I think that's fine. Happy medium of 6 and 12 is fine. Then what I want to do is I'd like to do, I think, velocity over lifetime, or force over lifetime, maybe. Well, maybe I could mess with this. I haven't really messed with this one much. Dampen. Yeah! See, this is good. That's pretty cool. Definitely want them smaller. Start size. Oops. That looks a little better. Yeah. Not bad. As for dampening, I think, honestly... No, 0.15. Just want to see how far they're going at any given point. It's a little high still. 1.7. That's not bad. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And then... I think the count might be a little high. About like 8. Just gotta keep in mind, there's only one part of the particle effect. Like, there's gonna be more. We'll keep it at 10 for now. Okay, we have some dampening, dragging. Multiply by size is really cool. The fact that that's something you can do is very interesting. Inherent velocity, lifetime by emitter speed, force over lifetime, color over lifetime, color by speed. Size over lifetime, this is one that I want. So what I'd like to do with this is I'd like for these to start out big and then get smaller. Yeah. Maybe not that quickly, though. So maybe I need to make the lifetime a little longer. Maybe like 4 seconds. That's pretty cool. Right now I have it on looping. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Size by speed, don't want to worry about that. Rotation over lifetime could be interesting. So we can give it angular velocity. I don't know if I really... A little bit actually goes a long way. Like, honestly, oops. Let's do like Something like that is fine. Oops. Rotation by speed, external forces. I wonder if I could... No, I don't think I could do that to fix the gravity issue. Maybe, though. Don't know. Collision could be a fun one. And also scary. It's kind of tricky, though. I don't know if I want to mess with this right now. I'm going to be honest. I might come back to that, but that's kind of scary. That could cause some serious performance issues, and I already have some other performance things I need to fix. Sub-emitters... I don't know if I really... Well... I have an idea. It'd be cool to create like a little bit of a dragging effect. So, oops. Oh god. I clicked the plus. Okay, there we go. So obviously right now this looks stupid. But... I kind of need... I might need to create like a texture for like a smoke or dust. Because right now this isn't like... I mean, I could make this look a little better. But it's not going to exactly be how I want it. I don't know. I mean... Like, if I go into this, like, some of the things I could do... I could... God, lags whenever I do this. Which is understandable, but, like, Jesus. Chill! Okay. I just want some very subtle... God, every time I move it, it's atrocious. I might have to, like, stop it from doing things for a little bit while I'm messing with this. Can I, like, play you and then stop? Oh, God, I have to... That's an okay color for right now. So, yeah, something like that, and then... The start size is way too big. I think. So random between two constants. I mean, we could go like 0.2. See, the problem is this image isn't going to work. I'm going to need to create a more poofy image, I guess you could say. It's not bad for starting. What I'd really like to do... Actually, let's do between two colors. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that. We can just make it a gradient. Of course, now I just lost the color I was using. Go me. What can I say? I'm a pro. I want these same colors, so copy. Oh, Jesus. No, God. Just give me the hexadecimal then. Okay. Maybe around there. Yeah, it doesn't hurt to increase that a little bit. Then what I can do is bring the alpha down, like so. But yeah, the problem is always going to still be the shape. Like, it's very obvious it's just dots, you know? I mean, I could use a 3D shape. Like, I do want to try something. I do actually want to try this. So, for the sub-emitter, if we go to render and we switch from billboard to mesh, and I instead... God. Hold on. Lock this real quick. And I go into my... Don't know where I am. Don't know where I'm going. Models. And honestly, like, this one would be fine. Yeah, see, this could actually really work. Hold on. So renderer, and then the start size can be 3D. start color like way more transparent. Yeah, and then we do for the start size like material needs to be changed though, which I could just do like, okay, that's not what I wanted. So for the material, I really just need, it's not a big deal. So yeah, the size first off is like atrocious right here. Yeah, see, that already is looking a lot better. Oh, that works so well. That looks great. Already, it looks so much better. I want to see what it looks like in game. Okay, so now what I need to change is how long this dust is lasting. So duration is 5 seconds. It doesn't really need to be. And then start lifetime of let's unlock this. Let's put this on. Let's turn this off of looping. It's actually fine that the dust is taking longer to fade. I think what I'd like to do though, oh, I have such a great idea actually. Oh my god, it's gonna be amazing. Hold on. Okay. So, what I do, methinks what I do, I increase the size over lifetime so it's like poofing, and then decrease how see-through it is. Low-key listening to this podcast style, I'm at low percentage. That's so real. Charge your phone! I want to change the size over lifetime, first off. And we can keep this playing, I guess, and turn back on looping. Okay, there we go. And actually what I'll do, increase the duration to like 5, just so that way the time in between each of them is longer, so I can get a better idea of what this is looking like. Yeah, that's better. So what I want to do is I want it to start smaller and then get bigger, which it's already kind of saying it's doing that here, which is good. I wonder if it's starting a little too small. It is. Let's bring that up just a wee bit. And then what I'd like to do, I think we bring up this maybe. It's better. There we go. Okay. And then I need to do color over lifetime. So it fades. Might be fading a little too fast. One thing I don't like is that it's like, how do I even explain it? Also, the slam, I think it's not lasting. Let's do like 6 seconds there. Almost want to. It's not quite following it how I want to anymore. I can't tell if it's because it's like, hold on, let me, it's a little weird how it's following it. I think honestly, for this start color here, just do like solid. Simply because I get a better idea of what's happening. I don't like what's happening. Why are you lasting? Well, it's just that it's emitting too much. That's part of it. Hold on. It's like, the thing is I kind of need it to be fast. It also just looks weird because of the texture on it, but like, yeah, it needs to be fast. With my sub emitter, what I want to do, I think part of the problem, let me go into here, inherit, oh, that's interesting, lifetime. I almost, it inherits everything. What does that even look like? Yeah, stupid. It lasting longer is good because it is behind it. So, okay. What's the lifetime of this? 6 seconds. If I put this at 6 seconds as well, it hates me first and almost crashes the editor. There's no charger available until I'm done with work. When are you done with work? You gotta bring a charger, like a portable one. I might have just crashed Unity. We'll see. Okay. What the hell is going on? Okay. Oh my, 67 seconds. No. 6 seconds. Holy, dude. No wonder. It's insane. Okay, that could be fine. What I don't like is that you... See if we can get you to fade more. So the thing about, like, particle effects is you just have to tinker, like, a lot. Still just too, like... I'm trying to find, like, a sweet spot here. Manual. Maybe, like, with script. It's not too bad. It's getting there. I feel like it's not starting big enough, to be honest with you. So if I want it to start bigger, I mean, like... Just change these values here. 6, 6. And I do need to go into Photoshop and create a better texture for this. My work ends in about an hour and a half. Gotcha. There we go. That's better. Now I'm seeing the dust effect more. I almost feel like it's just not quite fading fast enough. So what I might do is, oh god, it's lagging. I need to stop adjusting shit while I'm clicked on the, oh, I have to be clicked on the, just stop. There we go. Stopping is the way. Color. Get rid of this. What I should do is pull this forward here. It's like better. What's the lifetime right now? 5 seconds? Let's try 4. So the duration of the minutes for, if I put that up like really low, what does that do? Doesn't change much. Okay. It still is taking so long to fade. 2 seconds? Part of it, hold on, you know what I should change? I think part of it is because of how long the size over lifetime. Let's not, what the fuck? How did I manage to do this with the curve? Well, that's not good. Hold on. Pause. This needs to like not be that crazy. Let's try here. Because it's still emitting while... I would love to... What I really want to do is I want this sub-emitter here to stop emitting after a certain amount of time, to be honest. But, like, don't really know... Duration... No. Like, I can put a start delay, start lifetime, but that doesn't really do what I want it to do. It's not looking too bad, though. I mean, it's kind of like what I'm wanting. It's just, I wish it wasn't going for so long. But it's really not a big deal. Increasing the start lifetime makes the trail look better. It's just then it takes longer. So what I think I should do too is bring this back actually, because I like I want the trail to last. I have an idea though. It's just because they're stacking up on top of each other is really the issue. I'm almost tempted, if I go to a mission, where did a mission go? What if I added in like a burst? Like, okay, what if I put this at 0, right? And then I added like a burst in. Right. Could I like have you, I want it to like burst for a certain amount of time. Is that what this does? I've never, it's been a hot sec since I've worked with bursts like this. I think that's kind of what's happening. Hold on. Hold on. I made a horrible mistake. Why would I click infinite for cycles? I've done a horrible thing. I don't even know what that means. Okay. The fuck? God. Interval. How often? If I like... Oh, no, because... Nah, burst isn't what I want. I almost want the rate over time to go down. Random between two constants, curve. Like, that's the thing. It's like... Out of curiosity, if I choose curve, can I like... Right over distance. Oh. Wait a minute. I'm learning things still. I might have found the gold mine. My god, that's like exactly what I want it to do. It's a miracle. Okay. There's hope. We're getting there. Okay. Okay. Huge. This is big. So, let's actually add... I don't want trails. Lights, sub-emitters, triggers. I think I want noise. Where's noise at? Oh god, what the hell? Oh Jesus, okay. A little bit goes a long way. Okay, I was just curious. If I put it at like 10. Nice. That looks cool. We are getting there. Again, need to make a better texture for this, but for right now it's working quite well because it's just very obvious to see the repeat there. Might even increase the amount that we're emitting in the bursts. Like, what if I doubled it? Like, what does that look like? Not bad. Let's do 15. Oh god, what did I type? I might have typed triple digits. That was bad. Oh god. No, don't do that. Don't crash Unity, please. Yep, that was triple digits, alright. Holy. Okay, let's bring that down to, what was I gonna type in? 15? Yeah. 15 is fine. Okay. Not bad! Okay, we're getting somewhere. Again, I need to update the, image that's being used for, like, the poof smoke. But that's not bad. Not bad at all. That looks pretty cool. I like what I'm seeing. And the nice thing about using a circle is that wherever this is rotated is where the ground will be. So as long as I instantiate it or call on it in the right spot, we're chilling. Which is very cool. So that's one part of it. In addition, I think I'd like there to be a bit of a spark when you hit the ground. So we have our slam effect in here, which looks good. Let's create a new particle system, and we'll just call this... I should also call this slam effect rocks. We'll create this new one, and this one can be called slam effect spark. From when your feet hit the ground, the explosion. This will be more for other players to see, to be honest with you, because you may not notice it, but I think it would be cool. And actually, I might even be able to... Hold on. Not those, but the, I have a prefab for the explosion of the muzzle that I could... Well, that's blood. Did I not? What? I know I'm playing a affect the muzzle. So now I'm confused. Right? Am I crazy? Thought I was. Let me just shoot real quick. Shotgun boom underscore P clone. Oh, I think I know what this is. Yeah, I know where this is. Shotgun. Where did I put you? Why are you not in particles? Okay, well now you are. It'll still work, right? Fine, even though I moved you? Should. Just make sure, real quick. Yeah. So we can use that spark. So for slam effect spark, let me drag this out here. Maybe even get rid of that. And then prefab, unpack. Yeah, that's what I want to use. And this is quite small, but that's okay. And this will be our slam sparks. I have an underscore P for particle effects. I guess I should do the same for here. I don't remember even doing that. Cool, so this will need to be bigger. Which I might just increase the size like that. Nice. Now, one thing I kind of want to do, honestly, with this is change this to a circle. The ember also can be rotated up like this. The ring yeah, I think, wait, hold up, I'm confused now. Does the ring just face the camera? Yeah, it does. Okay. Well, it's a mesh. I just feel a little confused now. Hold on. Turn off the ring temporarily. Yeah, okay. Can you, like, not be a dick? Hold on. Why are you facing the camera? Stop it. It's because I think it has to do with the ring mesh. Might just remove the ring if I can't figure out how to. Why are you looking at the camera? You're not a billboard. Well, because it's okay. Well, no, it makes sense that it is. Because the ring itself. How can I just get you to? Just look at some stuff here. Honestly, I might just remove the ring. Since I'm not getting it to cooperate with me. Right, then we have our point light. Nice, okay. So ideally now, I think, did I increase the intensity of the point light in my script? I don't think so. I think it just turns on with it, but the question then is like, why? There we go. So I think it's because this is like meant to be instantiated in. That's how I was doing it, because it does get instantiated. So ideally I turn the light on, and then this just turns on, and then it plays on awake is how I had it set up. So I'll need to instantiate this one, which is fine. As for the intensity, hold on. Okay, I need to change the position of the point light though relative to this. The range is not very far either. Hold on. I guess it actually, no, actually it is very far. Hold on. Let's do that. The point light itself, I'm gonna move up a little bit so that I can get this circle closer to the ground when I instantiate it. Because like it would be at that height, and then I want the point light to be around there. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, now as for the actual embers themselves, if I put this under the player, that actually looks pretty good. Honestly, I might just keep this like that. That's fine. Then we'll combine it with the rocks. Let's start with these two effects and just see what it looks like. So I'm going to make them prefabs, although the rocks, I think, because of how they're set up. No, they need to be instantiated in two because this can't move with the player. So what we need to do is tell this to stop looping first off and play on awake like I did for this. Yeah, okay. So you need to be a prefab, and you need to be a prefab. Oh, also you do need to be rotated. and you are fine as is. Okay. So, let's go prefabs, particles. We'll say guns. So I'll just put this in the shotguns thing, and then we'll do, God, I don't know, explosions, I guess. Drag both of these in here. And then what we'll do is, in our player here, we have a particle spawn for our hand cannon. We should also get a particle spawn for our player. So I believe what we'll do here, let's just create an empty, we'll call this slam particle spawn. And we will offset this. The trick is knowing where exactly this is. So when I'm touching the ground. That is almost perfect. It needs to be like right there. So 0.79, 0.8 is almost perfect. We'll just do 0.79 to be safe. So negative 0.79. It's about where that needs to be. And that works for me. Okay. Now what we can do here is in our slam, we get to add in more stuff. So camera bobbing, footstep camera shake, slide camera shake, slam speed reduction, slam grass settings. Now we'll create one for slam particle settings, I guess. May organize this differently in the future, but this will do fine for now. So slam particle settings, we will create a public transform for our slam particle spawn and a public game object, the prefab of our slam particle rocks, public game object, which I could actually group the particle effects together, but I think I'll keep them separate for now, so I can turn them on and off easier, on and off easier. Slam particle sparks. Cool. Then what I want to do is in my slam here, so that would be this. So there's the slam grass detect. So we should create a particle function. So slam hit detection, slam grass detect. Create another void called slam particles. Just call it play slam particles. And then what we will do is we will instantiate our slam particle rocks at our slam particle spawn. This will not, so one thing I need to be careful about, right, is this won't work properly. If I instantiate it like this, because I'm telling it to instantiate at slam particle spawn, it will still be a child of the player object, which is not what I want. I want to instantiate it in the world space at the correct positional values and rotational values based on the slam particle spawn of the player. Meaning I'd rather actually have this be a vector 3. So let me create a vector 3 here instead. I think I can also, can I just create a, well, we'll see, hold on. Sometime, I think I'm gonna have to use like, work with quaternions for this to work. So instead of doing that, we can say, now if I do quaternion.identity, the question is, will this, I don't think this will be an instance, but I should test it. So let's just first start with the rocks. I'm not going to worry. The other will destroy it after. For now, I'm just going to hard code it as like 3 seconds. And let's call this in our actual slam. And see what happens. And then we gotta assign some variables. Okay, same particle rocks. Lock this. The script just keeps getting longer. Cool. And then as for the spawn, I thought I could drag in. Oh, that's annoying. That's okay. I mean, it sucks, but like, it is what it is. I'll just convert a transform to a vector 3. It's not a big deal. I just hate doing that. Forgot that's how it appears in the editor. So no, this still has to be a transform, unfortunately. And what we'll have to do in our function down here for our slam is instead say create a new vector 3 and call this spawn and set it equal to a new vector 3 and we will take the x, the y, and oops, dot z. What the hell? Hey, I want the y. Position dot x, yeah. Position dot y and position, oops, position dot z. Okay. Then we wire this in to our instantiation. Troy is mad because of something. Why are you mad? Okay, I mean, I don't really need to worry about that right now. It's fine. Just take this out. No, this is... Oh, because I didn't put it... Oh, it wasn't... I see. I didn't put a semicolon up here. Duh. Okay. So... let's see if this does what I want it to do. I'm sure it won't, because nothing I code ever does. First try. Variable partisan movement has not been assigned. Slam particle... Oh, well, yeah, duh. I should probably assign that. So that wasn't the code's fault. It was just... I didn't drag that in. Whoops. That almost worked. Wrong rotation. But I assume... Yeah, so if I do quaternion identity, it's going to be a problem because... Yeah, some places it'll be fine, some it won't. The good news is it's its own object. Perfect. Okay, I just need to convert the quaternions of the slam particle spawn to my instantiation. Lovely. Which isn't too bad. So, place slam particles. Instead of quaternion.identity, I need to create my... I forget how to actually do this. Let me just ask ChatGPT, because this is easier. How can I set the rotation of one game object to another in C# Unity? I think you have to go from, like, Euler angles as well. Let's see... really that easy? It can't be that easy. Maybe it is. Slam particle spawn dot local rotation. Oh, maybe it is just that easy. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Let's see. Goodness gracious. Not quite doing what I want still. Out of curiosity, though. Okay, it's still a problem that way. Okay, that didn't work. Slam particle spawn local rotation. We could try just maybe just rotation. I've done this before. I'm like trying to remember how I did it. But if I can do it once, I can do it again, so. Okay. Just need to make sure too, because honestly, if I just need to rotate the prefab, that's fine, but I need to see if it's... Oh wait, this might actually be good. Hold on. This is good. Okay, wait, hold on. I think I just need to rotate the prefab now. So we'll just say like 90. Oh god. No. There we go. Or just 0. There we go. See if this fixes it. Strange. So why are we being a dick? Maybe it's because it's this. Maybe it's the Y. Okay, no, it still hates me. Yeah, so, okay, it seems to be... I'm almost wondering if I should rotate the... Out of curiosity. Just trying something. I'm just curious. Where'd it go? Was it above me? Oh. Am I just blind? I just wasn't looking down. So that fixes it here, but like... Except it doesn't? What the f... Slightly too low. Okay. That's fine, though. So my question is... I can fix a height issue. Okay, I think... Let's just do what I want it to do now. Just make sure. Too low, but is it still... Good, good. Yeah, okay, this is working. So now the issue is just, it's sometimes a little too low, so honestly, all I really need to do for that is just, I mean, just move the spawn up a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't look too weird at any given position, but it's about what I'm wanting. It's partly because up here, colliders are weird. I need to... It's mainly, like, I guarantee you, like, right here, it's probably fine. Yeah. There's an issue with, like, the tops where the collider isn't quite lined up right, and I'm using a circle collider. When I try to use a mesh collider, it looks weird. See, there it's also kind of not appearing where it's supposed to. It's like... There it's not. Like, it's too low there. I mean, overall, I should move it up more. It's just strange. It's like... I feel like I've moved it up quite far now, but... Yeah, I mean, this is high. Like, now I'm confused. How am I not seeing it there? But now we saw it. I want to not see it again. Where? Really low? What the f... Okay, wait, something actually is, like, bugging then. It's just, like, not spawning at it sometimes. What are we doing? I almost wonder... Hold on. it's spawning below it. Why is it so inconsistent? It's bugging me. It's like not... Might have to do with the... No. It's a head scratcher for sure. Like, it shouldn't need to be that high up. It's bugging me. Like, why? Why is it spawning so far below this? It just doesn't make any sense. It should be up here. It's bizarre. It's like, I wonder if it has something to do with the rotation I'm giving it. Okay, hold on. See, that's what I was thinking. I feel like it has something to do with the origin. I could... Yeah, hold on. Like, I could just put in a value to change to account for this, but it's weird because, like, the pivots seem fine. It doesn't really make much sense, but, like, if I have to do it like this, it's okay. It's always there's always such stupid issues like this that cause problems. So that's fine. How close did you spawn? See, still way lower. Why are you doing that? I hate you. So, like, if I multiply this by 2, like, what does that do? I should really make this a variable to change in the inspector while I'm messing with this, but I don't know why it's spawning off center, or not off center, but like lower. So what'd that do? Made it go higher. You know what? If that's what I have to do, we're gonna create a variable then for that and plug it in. So what we'll do is create a public float height spawn, or we'll just say spawn height offset. Spawn height offset. And then we'll plug that in. Put in like a 1 first. See what that does. I just need it to be consistent most of the time until I fix the colliders, because again, like if I click on this, you can clearly see like the collider is a bit lower than the actual surface is, which is so stupid. And I hate it, because I feel like if I select a sphere collider, it should just be fine. Have I tried a mesh collider? I feel like that caused issues though when I tried it. I can't remember what exactly. Okay, so when it's at an offset of 1, we're spawning basically right on the position. It's like a little bit offset now, but I just don't care. So with that in mind, I should be able to lower this now by a little bit. I just need it to work most of the time right now until I fix the colliders. What the f... Excuse me. So, this is a joke, right? What the hell are you doing? What? It's like so inconsistent. It's so annoying. Hate inconsistent bugs. I hate it. I hate it. Pisses me off. Now all of a sudden we're like way higher. Like, I don't know what this... What are we doing? What are we doing here? It's infuriating. Give me my... Where are we in relation to it? About the same. Does it stay like that as I move? Okay, yeah, like there's some bullshit going on here. I don't know how that happened. Okay, something is just not... Conversions are not doing what they're supposed to. This value doesn't even matter if this is going to be this inconsistent. I am upset right now because this isn't doing what I want. Here's what I'm going to try to do. Even though this isn't what I want. This is not what I want. There we go. Let's get rid of this stupid height offset. I wonder if it has to do with how we're converting the rotation. Here's what I'm going to do. Problem is, this is going to parent it, make it a child of the parent object. But if I can get it consistent this way, then I can figure out how to get it consistent the other way. I've never had this much of a problem instantiating something. Like, why are we lower? What is this? Why are we lower than it? Like, look how much lower this is than the spawn position. I have a theory. I'm reducing the slam force by a lot because I want to test something. I wonder if it has to do with us, like, if we're phasing the ground for a bit, maybe. I don't even... okay, I don't even have words. I don't... It's like... just the inconsistency, it kills me. It really does. This is not the right... I mean, it's just... mind-boggling, truly, it is. Alright, I'm done. Here's what we're doing. Fucking instantiating it. I'm tired of this shit. I'm done. We're not doing it this way anymore. Doing it a different way. That... because this is... I can't. I don't know why this is so inconsistent. So here's what we're gonna do. Screw a particle spawn. Creating a particle system variable here. Actually, no. We should keep them as game objects because I'm going to use the active and inactive. This is the stupidest thing. I hate this. I hate it oh so much. Getting rid of this. What we're doing is... just a, okay, I'm just gonna delete that, I guess. It's just an empty folder there. Prefabs. Oh, that must have been where the old one was. Okay. Slam effect rocks. You're gonna go under the player. We're zeroing out your position. We are gonna rotate you. And then we are gonna position you about there. We're gonna turn you off by default. We're gonna go in here. And I thought did I not save? Slam part, oh. Right. Because this is gonna be mad at me. We're not doing this at all. Doing something different. Perfect. Then what we're going to do is we're going to say slam particle rocks dot set active to true. And actually, this is going to be a coroutine. Get rid of this. Start coroutine. Do this. Hard code that in for now. Set this to true. Then we're going to create particle system. Just do rock particles. There we go. And then instead of playing on awake, I need to change that. We'll manually play them. Don't play on awake. Don't play on awake. There we go. And I mean, I guess it doesn't really matter. We'll just put it at 5 seconds. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if this works. Just gonna turn it off, on. We're gonna turn it on, play it, turn it off. That's because I'm so tired of this. Oh god. Hold on. Let's put this back at what it was. What was it, like 80,000? Oh goodness. So, why are we not turning on? Oh. There we go. Don't know why I was doing that. There we go. Now, of course, the problem is this. Which is why I didn't want to do this in the first place. So then the question becomes, how do I deal with that? I don't want to think about it right now. At the very least, though, it's in the right spot. So, what I'll probably do, I mean, I could always unparent it and then tell it to go back to its original position. It's just like... ugh. So, I mean, like, what I could do is I could say... oh, I don't want to do that right now. I'll do it later. It's just, like, this is why I just want to instantiate it, but it's like, which should be fine, but it's like, when I instantiate it, it doesn't go to the position I'm telling it to go to. And I hate it. I mean, it's not really a big deal. I mean, I could also just, like, you know, put this at 2 seconds, and then make the player speed up a little slower. But it's just annoying. But this is good enough for now while I'm just getting the basics to work. Because I'd like the player to be able to feel that. Just instantiating it would be so much fucking better. It's so annoying. Like, it would be so much easier. Like, okay. I have to unlink it from the parent object, and then relink it and tell it to change its position again. And anytime I've tried to change the goddamn position, it, like, bugs out and doesn't go to the right spot. So I feel like it's just going to be the same issue then. So, like, then I'm just left, like, what do I do? So this isn't going to work then, because if it could just instantiate it where I wanted it to. I have an idea. We're going back to, you know what, I know I got, like, pissed at it and just was like, fuck it, I'll just do it this way. I will not bow down to this bull crap, and I will do it the better way. I am instantiating these in, and no one can stop me. This is what's gonna happen. I'm tired of this. Tired of this crap. Will not be bested. By this bull. Not even going to worry about playing it right now. I am going to just do something stupid because I just want to get this to work. I have never had such a problem with just instantiating a damn object. Okay. Right now we have these slam sparks and the slam rocks. That's not what I'm going to use. I'm going to create a 3D object, and it's going to be a sphere. And this is going to be just called test. I'm not going to put anything on it. You can receive lighting for the time being. And you will be zeroed out. I will drag you into my assets. And right now, you're going to be my test sphere. I want to do what I tried to do before. Create a slam particle spawn. Oops, spawn. And I just want to get this damn object to spawn where it's supposed to. That's all I want to do. It might have to do with how it might have to be to do with the player controller. Or, no, I'm not using a player controller, the body, I don't know. So, like, I want it to be, let's just say here, right? Let's just click play and see where that is in relation to the ground. Yeah, a little higher. That's fine. Okay. All I want to do now is, let's just say, instantiate. What do I want to instantiate? I want to instantiate my spheres, which is going to be my slam particle rocks, but it's not actually a particle. I want to instantiate it at the slam particle rocks dot position. Why are you mad at me? Position. Game object. Oh. Duh. Where's my, Oh, I need to create the variable. Right, I forgot I got rid of it. There it is. Public transform slam particle spawn. So, if I instantiate this, at the slam particle spawn dot position, and then say quaternion, oh my god, quaternion dot identity. Let's just see what happens there. I think it'll be parented under the object, which isn't what I want, but that's okay right now. I just want to go through it step by step to get this to work. Maybe I should use a cube so it's obvious to tell if it's rotated incorrectly. Okay. Oh no, it is unlinked. See, so here's the problem. Notice how the goddamn sphere is not where it's supposed to be. So that means I need to change the rotation, right? So I need to update the quaternion. Rotation. So let's see what happens if we take the rotation of it. The question is it still going to be too low? And this is what's confusing me. If it is still too low, I don't understand why when I instantiate it, it's not spawning at the right position. Okay, so that's interesting. The weird thing is the pivot is fine on that. My pivot's fine here. So for whatever reason, passing in the rotational values that way is not working. So instead of doing that, can I make a quaternion and set it equal to the Euler angles? So maybe, can I grab this, x, y, z. Can I not create? Is that not how that works? Hold on. Holy, hold on. What did I do? Hello? Why is like the entire script like yelling at me? Okay. There we go. Don't know what I did. Must have clicked somewhere I didn't mean to. Let's try this. Okay. Still a little lower. That's much lower. See what I mean? It's like it's offsetting randomly. But why? Let me try something. Let's plug in this test spawn here. I think it has to do with the player movement, like the slam is causing an issue. Does it go exactly where it's supposed to on the test spawn? Oops. Exactly. Perfect. In that case, I have an idea. And I kind of hate it. But at the same time, I think it's the only way this is going to work. This is obviously because of how fast I'm slamming down. When I instantiate the object, it creates... It all happens so fast, it's not quite spawning at the exact right position. Here's my thought. We detach this from the player. Let me reassign it. And what we do is we essentially have it follow the player on the X and the Z axis, but not the Y axis, and it's not a child of the player. So I'd probably put this under Game Manager, and then what I'd do is I'd zero this out to start. Where is it? It's up here. Actually, I regret zeroing that out. I just kidding. Let's put this back. Just here for now. What I want this to do is face the planet. Isn't there a look at planet? There it is. I want it to look at the planet regardless of where it is. So I put this look at planet script on it. If I play this, it should, yeah, points towards the planet on this axis, which is fine. And then what I want it to do is now it'd be, but the conversions are going to be weird. We could change this transform.look at planet. It's looking at it on the, I mean, it may not be a problem because, let me think. It depends. Let's just create the follow script and we'll see what happens. So let's create a new script. Honestly, this is just going to go in MISC, and this is going to just be called follow player. And all I want it to do is just, yeah, almost kind of like what this is doing. Create a private transform player position. And then it will be player position is equal to game object dot find player for now. Actually, let's do this. Find first object by type, player movement, dot transform. Okay, and then in the update, we'll tell it to say transform dot position is equal to the player position. Actually, no. We want to say the transform dot position should be equal to a vector 3 that takes in the player position dot x, 0 on the y for now. Actually, no. Keeps the same position on the y. Position dot y. Player position dot z. Position dot z. Dot position dot z. So it follows it on the x and z axis, but not the y. Now I think this might cause conflicting problems with the face planet script. So what I might do is disable that real quick. Or the look at planet script. Follow player. Let's disable look at planet and just see what happens here. Ideally, as I move the player, this object should follow the player. Oops, hold on. And it does. Perfect. It's not grouped under the player. It's not following it on the Y. Good. So now the only problem with this, of course, is, right, it's going up. And that's why... Let's see what happens if I just turn this on. I'm sure this will cause horrible issues, but... Nice, actually, it's doing exactly what I wanted it to do. Perfect. Now, the only issue, yeah, is it's not going down. So now we just choose a distance that it stays from the planet, and then we put that in for the Y value. Perfect. Okay. So, the follow player, we will create a public float called distance from planet. Let's just see what happens if I put this in. Let's say 50. This is such a strange workaround, but if it works, hallelujah. Okay. So obviously this is a little high, but ideally... Looks like it's getting higher from the planet, though. Definitely is. Which is interesting. Maybe, let's actually... Just curious about something. Put it in as 40. That'll be a good way to track. I think it's, as I'm moving around the planet, it seems to be getting higher, which is not what I want. Yeah, it is. Which is weird because it's also getting offset from the player. weird. So why? I think it has to do with the fact that we're... What if I do... Such a weird... This is just weird. Oh, fuck. Where are we? Oh, God. Well, okay. First off, hold on. Let's go back. No. Let's go back. I forgot that this is not zeroed out. Is that gonna cause problems though if I... Is this gonna... Fuck it if I change. Okay. Why? Why do you do this to me? It's fine. Here, we'll just do this, and then we'll do this, and then we'll do this. And then we'll do this. Okay. There we go. Turn off my atmosphere manager. The misery. Okay. Just want to make sure that that's not a contributing factor. Okay, so now if I were to put this in. It's all to fix such a tiny thing. It's so weird the issues you run into in these projects. Okay. Let's see if this ends up going up. Yeah, it is. Is it getting offset? It is. It's bizarre. I wonder... I'm actually curious. Just want to see something. I think how I'm doing this is not right. I mean, obviously, but like... Yeah, values aren't doing what they're supposed to because this is looking at it differently. Let's think about this. Up is now the what axis? Up is now negative on the Z. 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 This is Z. Y is Z now. X stays the same. Numbers weird, brain hurty. Just see something real quick. It's also strange. Okay. So the I almost need it to look at it on the negative y-axis, if that makes sense. So, okay. Here's my thought. Instead of, if I just look at okay, here's what we're gonna do. This follow player is gonna do some things. So look at. I'm gonna have this work a little bit differently. I'm gonna make it look at it on the negative y-axis. Okay. Let's just see if this works. I don't know why I was trying to make it work the other way. It's much easier to just have it, I think, look at the center in the way that I want it to. Well, I mean, it's not quite. The good news, though, I think it's staying at the same height. Okay, hold on. It's a little off, though. This is so weird. It feels like something that should be easy, and it probably is. It's just, I'm kind of tired now. I probably need to take a break. That's what happened yesterday, too, is I worked on it for a while, and then my brain just pooped out on me. Okay, so we're looking at it, like, in between that. Or something. This is weird. Let me just get rid of this for now. And just have it look at the planet and not worry about following the player, because yeah, this is not doing what it's supposed to. Let's try this. I found some stuff online, but it's just... This feels like... it's a little different. Oh, yes, there we go. Okay, good. That's that part. Let's see what this does now. Oh my god, dude. workarounds I have to do for this damn game. Why? Why is always the question. Okay. God, I'm still debugging there. Okay, that doesn't matter. Why are you... It works until it's following the player, and then it's breaking things. Yay. Oh. It all would be so easy if I wasn't having the player walk around a damn sphere. You know, it'd be kind of cool is if there were bunkers you'd have to ground slam on to reach. Don't know how possible it'd be, but how well it'd run, but it'd seem interesting. That would be cool. It's doable. Probably would be honestly easier than this bullshit. It's like kind of following the player. I don't understand why you hate me. Game. Like, seriously. It is mind-boggling. And then it gets higher, like it... Ah, I hate it. I know why it's breaking. I think I know. Hold on. Local position. Not position. I think it's because it's doing it globally. Let's just put all these at local and see what that does. So close 15 minutes and then I can watch the stream while driving. Don't do that. Bad. Still the same fucking issue. I don't get why, though. I'm telling it to follow the local... Hold on. Local position of X 20.1. Oh. So. Huh. If I did this, that wouldn't fix anything, because it would still be there. Okay, wait. I know what I need to do, I think. So... this is gonna fucking suck, because it has to... maybe it won't. Maybe I don't even need to have it look at the planet. Hold on. Here's why. If we copy the player's rotation as well... yeah, scrap this look at planet here for now. Okay, let's try this. So is equal to player position dot local rotation. If I do that, will you stay on the player at least? I'm not doing anything with the Y yet, which is why it gets higher, and that's fine. Just need you... You can move on the Y as much as you want. I don't care. What I do care about... Okay. So... bizarre, it's stupid, and I hate it. Doesn't make sense, because... okay, let me just see something here. Just try something real quick. Let's try updating the Y. See what happens. Right? Because in theory, it should have the same Y, the same rotation completely and the same position completely. So the Y, okay. So you're telling me that the Y position changing was causing the... okay, it's fine. I don't care. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It's following the player now, which is what I wanted, and it's still... yeah, and it's facing the right way, and it's not attached to the player. That's all I wanted. God. Jesus. Okay. That's fine. I don't care. And I'm also wondering if I can just shorten this to this line. Instead of doing all that. But if not, that's fine. I always make things harder than they need to be. It's a talent. It truly is. Truly is. Okay. Just curious. Yeah, I don't know why I thought I had to make it look at the planet, because, like, it... if it's also inheriting the rotation of the player, it doesn't need to worry about that. But you know what? It's fine. Do these two lines of code do the same thing? If they do, great. If they don't, it's fine. Just put it back where it was. It'll still work. And that is good enough for me. Well, the position isn't working. The rotation is, though. I see why. Of course it isn't. There we go. Had the wrong values in there. But yeah, honestly, that's good. So now that we have it following the player, the whole point of this... The only problem with this is the Y axis still, because I can't have it follow it on the Y when we jump. So maybe I just disable the Y when we jump, maybe? I could do that, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is working. I just need to disable it, oh god, on the Y axis for following it whenever we jump. Because you have to have it follow the Y. So let's also do just Y offset, change this variable to Y offset, and simply just add whatever I enter into the Y. So I can change that easily. Then all we need to do is we link this up to the player movement script, and whenever the player jumps, it stops following it on the Y axis. My only worry about this is that it'll get a little bit off center whenever I jump then. Like, that's the problem. I need it to follow it on the Y axis, but I don't want it to at the same time. So now if I change this, yeah, cool. And then I can make it a negative. Perfect. And maybe this is fine. Maybe it has to do with the camera. Wait, no, because it's not attached to the camera. Let's see what happens when we try to instantiate it here. Let's just see. So, what we'll do is slam particle spawn is still the same, and I just want to instantiate a sphere on it. Let's just offset it by a little bit on the Y. So we'll just say negative 0.3 or something like that. And I think I have it set up so it should instantiate the sphere. I just need it to equal the same position and golden, and I can be done with this pain and suffering. Okay. So it did. So you can see, yeah, you can see we're still having the same problem because when it's following it on the Y... So when I jump, I need it to stay in the same spot. This is so annoying. Could I, like, clamp it, maybe? Because, again, if it's not following it on the Y, it breaks it. It's that sudden stop. It makes it go lower than it should, but it's so inconsistent. It's like, you know, it's kind of random, so it's hard to just pick a value to offset the spawn at. I'm trying to think. I mean, again, I could tell it to stop following when you jump, but I really think it's going to mess things up if you move midair. That's the problem. I have an idea. What if on the object I'm spawning itself, which would be the particle effect, but right now it's just the sphere. What if I put like a downward raycast to detect if it's touching the ground, and if it is, it moves up? Then I maybe wouldn't even need to do this. Let's try it. I don't know what to call this script. MISC, we'll just call it particle offset detection. I don't know. I guess, yeah. Detection. So what we'll do is we'll raycast to the ground, kind of like we did in this script here for the player movement. If I can find my raycast, here we go. This is for the jump logic. Let's just grab this, and obviously remove a lot from this. this ground detection, ground ray, then public float, ground detect range. And then void update. Then at the same time, I'd like, yeah, I don't even know if I'll need this whole follow player thing. I might be able to completely get rid of it, which would be amazing if this works how I want it to. Negative transform.up. Right, of course, this depends on how it spawns. We'll see. The idea of this is that it just moves up. If it spawns in it, it moves up to the top. Yeah, so like, the idea is if it's touching it, and then it'll stop, so maybe 0.2. Obviously for the sphere it's kind of weird, so I'll probably have to lower the number. Let's do there for now. So the idea is if it spawns in here, it'll keep moving up until the ray is no longer touching the ground. So to do that, if we hit the ground, we'll just say, so let me put this in the update. Maybe create a public float. Put this offset amount. Then we can say that the transform.position is equal to a new vector 3. It's actually a good point hit. Using global coordinates, though, is the problem. So we make it use local coordinates. Okay, so don't know if this will work how I want it to. The idea, we're gonna have to put the offset amount like extremely low. 0.01 to start with. I don't know if this is gonna even do what I want it to do. Let's see. Watch it just crash. It's possible. Well, it would help if this was oh wait, did I not? Right, because in here when you do a ray cast, I think I need an if statement to check the layer. Yeah. Where is it at? I just want to copy and paste the code. I don't want to type it again. Do I have another raycast that's like... God, it's been so long since I made this damn script. Okay, where am I actually changing grounded to true or false? Because that's... Here. If physics.raycast... Oh, I'm forgetting how raycasts work now. Ground ray. God. Okay. Out hit. Don't we need to check if it hit a specific layer? Is that not how I'm doing this? Am I just doing it like if it... What? I'm confused now. I don't understand. What's going on? Because isn't it... No, it's not. I think it's just... Because we're not checking for tag. Well, in that case, I guess we could... Maybe it's just I'm not moving it correctly. Let's just see if it can get a debug. Whoa, what the hell is that? Something's happening. Oh wait, it is working. Okay. But it's when I go into it. So if I... Okay. That is working, though. Unless it's like... Oh, weird. So, like, only to a certain extent, though. Strange. What if I... Bizarre. Okay. I mean, it's kind of working. It's just like... It's weird. This is doing what I want it to do, though. I mean, the problem is it's not like... Hold on, let me do something here. Like, it's like half working. It doesn't always do it, though. It has to be, like, high enough. So the question is, would it be ever go down far enough? So let's make this the spawn now. Drag it down. That's like way too far. Needs to be like here. Let's do negative 0.5. Oh, well, I didn't put it on the clone. Yeah, see, like, that's low. It's not going to do it. Okay, hold on. I mean, I could make it faster. Again, though, it's just not gonna... I could cast a ray up as well, or maybe I could do like a detection within like a wire sphere. If I'm overlapping with it. Yeah, it's just too low. Okay. So instead... What happens if I... Hold on. There we go. Now this went quite a bit higher. I think a wire sphere would be better. So, for example, we're doing an overlap sphere here, so let's try that maybe instead. So let's get rid of this. And I'll keep the raycast there for now. And we're just going to put this grass slam detection layer. Right. And I made that a layer mask, right? Yeah. Layer mask. Out of curiosity. Where was I defining organic layer in here? It's an integer. And how did I... Okay. Let's try this. Lord, dude. All right, let's see. Nice. So if I put it like really low down here. Yes. Okay. Thank fucking God. Okay. Get rid of that. Oh, this is amazing. This follow player script can just be gone. I don't need it. Who knows? Maybe I'll need it for something else, but I don't know. Get rid of this. I am gonna get rid of it now. For now, though. Actually, I'll keep it in for just a bit until I get this working right, just in case. But we got rid of that. This will be the slam particle spawn. Leave it under the player. Okay. Now, here's what I want to do. Instead of using this test here, we will delete this prefab. Go into our particles, explosions, slam effect rocks. We're going to add this particle offset detection. 0.1 planet low. Very tiny. Might need to make it bigger. We'll see. We'll do 0.3 to start, I guess. 0.2. And ideally, in a perfect world, this will just now stop causing me issues. There might be some other things, but I'm confident about this now for once. If it spawns too low, it should go up. In fact, I think I'd rather it spawn lower because then it always comes up to the same spot. There we go. Now, of course, it's facing the wrong way right now. That's fine, though. Because I think what I did before is I rotated it like this, and that fixed that issue. In fact, let's just put it lower on purpose. This has been such a pain in the ass just for this simple thing because of how this game is made. Nice. There we go. Thank God. Okay, that's bad. Don't know why it went over there. Where'd this one go? Okay, now we're having some issues with position. That's okay. That actually has to do with how I'm instantiating it, I think. Actually, I know exactly why. Yeah, it's because it's not, honestly, what I might do then... I have an idea. First off, actually, before I do what I'm thinking of doing, let me go down to... let me... get rid of this first off. I want to see something. Let's say I turned off ground detection here. I think it might be... Well, so... It depends on how... I think the ground position, if the reason it's like offsetting to the side is it's moving in the wrong direction, and I think it has to do with how I'm moving it, which I thought I was moving it locally. We need to make sure that it's pointing in the right direction. So even though it's too low here. Okay. Ah. So yeah, because this is the up, that's why it's not working. Okay, hold on. So it needs to go in the negative Z direction, then, I believe. Or positive Z. So, oh, what the hell? Why is that like that? Maybe that was just why. Hold on. Oh, right, I need to uncomment. Oh, this feels so good, though, because it's like I finally have found a solution to all this bull. Oh, God. What a mess. Might need to, blah, blah, can't speak. Might need to increase the movement a little bit. It just did seem to be a little off there. For whatever reason. I want to see. Oh my God, get me out. So it's spawning in like this. Okay. It's interesting that it's... Huh. Anyway, that's cool and all. I think what I'd like to do... If I put this at 1, I feel like it's going to go up too high. It's the only thing. But we can see. I just want it to be fast enough to where it doesn't look delayed and weird. But I'll take a little bit of a delay, honestly, over, like, it just not working right, so... Well, that was fine. Maybe a little high, but... Yeah, it did go a little too high. It's okay. Yeah, I'll put it at, like... 0.25 at half speed. That. Okay. So what I'd also like to do now is I just need to stress test this. It seemed to be a little off when I went over this way. I'm not 100% sure why. Like, it was kind of under me, mostly, but it wasn't quite right. Like, that one was fine. If I go, like, here, let's see what happens. It was mostly fine. See, it was a little off. It wasn't quite directly under me. I'm not sure why. Now we're gonna go really far away, like here. And it's not working. Okay, so yeah. It looks like the... Oh, interesting. Yeah, something is weird here with how it's... I can't tell if it's the instantiation, though, or this. So let's get rid of the ground detection real quick for this offset and see if it is the instantiation or how I'm moving it on the ground, because I need to know which one is causing the problem first. So if we get rid of that and then we move the player just like over here. Let's see if it's... Obviously, it won't be at the right height, but I want to see if it's in the correct position. Ah, okay. Well, then that tells me... Let me just test it again, though, just to be sure. That tells me it's the way I'm moving it. Yeah, okay. Luckily, I think I know how to fix it. So... I think the issue is I'm moving it on the Y. I need to be moving it on the X, I think, because it's transform.local position. And then it needs to be, or not the X, the Z, I think. We'll need to mess with that a little bit, but at least we have something better than what was going on before. It's just things that would normally be really easy are not with this system. It just because you're having to walk around a planet, it just makes everything so much more complex. even just playing some particle effects. Okay, it's still off. Maybe, don't think that'll make a difference, but... Bizarre. It is actually the Y I want to be changing. Maybe now that we changed it to local, it'll be fine. And it does need to be... because it's based off of the player, and the Y is pointing up for the player. Can't wait till I make a game and it's like fucking flat and not going around a spherical planet, so this stuff isn't a problem. Okay, here's my... I think I know why this is happening. What a mess this is. We're close. Very close. Okay. Maybe not. So strange. Putting the player back up here for just a sec. Good news is, once I get this working with this one, then I can just plug it in. I know what the problem is, and I know how to fix it, I think. So, here's what we're gonna do. Because this hates me. Let's drag this in. Let's unpack it. Now the idea of this is that I can do that, and then this is still the y-axis moving it up. There's a problem with this though, because I'm getting because I'm dragging in this game object to spawn in, but then the object with the actual particle system is under this parent object, which pisses me off. It's fine. I'll just have to play the particle effect. I'll have to get the child of the object. Stupid, dumb, stupid. Because nothing can just be easy, you know? It can never be simple. It's not allowed. It's just actually illegal. So, yeah, it's not going to work because it's not going to be able to get the particle effect to play it. It's just going to throw me an error. Because I have to get the child of it. Wait, no, I don't. Right, because I'm not playing it manually. Oh, I think it's fine then. Okay, I think we're good. I think we're good then. Because it's a play on awake. I think we're fine. God. The misery. Cool. Now, the real question... God, whenever I finish this game, I need to make this into, like, polish it up, make it into a package for people to use in case they ever want to make a 3D game where you walk around a spherical object. Oh, thank God, it works. Huh. I've done it. Let me keep testing it a little bit, but this looks very much like it's working now. Thank fucking God. The suffering is over. Okay. I did it. Yes. Ah. Okay. So that's that one. Done. Now for the sparks, I just have to... I basically just do the same thing, so it's really not that bad. Oh my God. What a pain in the ass that was. Let's just change the name of this to rotation. And then we will also instantiate the slam particle sparks. Now, I think the sparks are going to mess up too, probably, just because they're not going to be rotated the right way. We'll see, though. Actually, it depends. Let me go into the slam sparks. Oh, actually, it'll be fine. Never mind. But I do need the particle offset detection here. What did I have the offset amount on? 0.25, 0.2. 0.2, detect the planet. God, what a strange troubleshoot. So silly. That's such a weird system. One of the weirdest system workarounds I've ever created. It's so bizarre. Nice. Now for destroying them. Right now I'm just hard-coding these in. Might want to have an animation where the light like fades, but I can worry about that in the future. Right now, I just need it to work. Enough. Good enough. That's what I need it to do. I thought it would be so easy just adding some particle effects in. No, it is not. Not when it's my game. Yeah. So obviously that stays up too long simply just because of how bright, like the light doesn't fade at all. But we can create an animation for that. For now, I'm just going to make it like only be up for like 0.3 seconds, just cuz. And then I'll make a note to make these not be hard-coded in. Need to make it so that light fades out as an animation for the sparks, and make it so values are not hard coded in. I still don't even have the rocks like coming up out of the ground yet with the gravity, because those are gonna have to be... Yeah, it's better. Good enough for now. one thing. I'm actually going to make this like 0.5, and then I'm going to make this 5. Give it enough time for the rocks to just fade themselves. But yeah, easy fix by just adding an animation to the light. That just plays. Just trying to get it to a point now where I can leave it in, it'll just look okay, and then I can come back to it, you know? Rocks are still disappearing too quick. Let's just make it 10 seconds. I mean, it's like 8. Doesn't matter. As long as it gets destroyed, it's not a huge deal. It's not like you can do that very fast anyway and instantiate a bunch in at once. You can only slam once every, like, how many seconds is the cooldown? I don't know. It might change the cooldown, but whatever. There we go. It's good enough. It's just me or the spark's not playing? Oh, because I didn't play them on Awake. I am playing them on Awake. Am I crazy? I swear the sparks are not playing. I don't think I'm... Maybe I am destroying it too quickly. Hold on. Let me put it at like 2 seconds. Are there sparks coming out? Am I crazy? I think there were sparks there. It's hard to tell from... Hold on. I need to face, like, forward when I do this. Yeah, there are. Honestly, I can just do the light animation now. It'll be so easy. Point light. I need to open the animation tab. Create... Assets. I have an anim... Yeah, I do. Ship UI vermin. Let's create a new folder. I'll just call this lights, I guess. We'll call this slam light. Slam light fade. Okay. Add property, point light, light, and then I want the intensity. So yeah, starts at that, and then we just basically make it fade down to 0, and it's that easy. Cool. Make it so it's not a looping animation. I think that's really all we have to do, because it'll just play on Awake, basically. Lights. Nope, don't loop. There we go. And that lasts a second, so, I mean, I might want to make that a little longer, like 2 seconds. That's how long it lasts before I destroy it. Again, I need to make those public variables, but right now I don't really care. Where was the... Yeah, this... Honestly, I'm just gonna get rid of this. It's fine. So the light should fade. And I guess if the light's fading, I can make this longer, just to make sure. Now for the moment of truth. See how it looks. I guess I should walk around the planet, make sure the sparks are behaving how they're supposed to, but they look fine. I don't know why they wouldn't. It's not a bad idea. Can't hurt. How long have I been streaming? Over 3 hours. Feels like you're not fading. Am I crazy or? Particles, explosions, sparks. Feels like... Oh, bizarre. Well, if it's right here... Oh, that's annoying. Why is it just like... Huh. I don't quite know why it's doing that. Yeah, that's like a cutoff point. Or just blips. I don't know why. Why is it behaving like that? It's very bizarre. I mean... Start the intensity at 25, I suppose. I mean, like, the higher I start it, the longer I can fade for. Could do like 60. That gives me a solid, like, 1.25-ish seconds. Okay. Not even. Like 1 second. How bizarre. Okay. See if that looks a little better. I don't know why it's doing that, but I don't know if I care enough for it. And if I can get it to look fine, then it's whatever. Looks better. I almost wish the sparks were a little bigger. Let's make the start size between... Oh, it's actually not between anything. Let's try that. See how that looks. More noticeable. Still kind of small, honestly. Make it big. Yeah, let's make them bigger. Let's do random between two constants. Let's do like 0.1, 0.5. Oh, that's the embers, right? Duh. Okay, hold on. That's the sparks I made. These are the embers that I want to make bigger. Oh god. Might be a little too big. Let's just see what it looks like. Just kind of tinkering with the particles values now. I guess I should probably make the game go up here if it's visuals I'm testing. Trying to look at am I blind? I feel like I'm not seeing them really, like the sparks. I think it's just like hard to notice. There we go, now I'm seeing them. It's if you look straight down, you don't really notice them as much, which is fine. Wait, that was weird. Huh, I don't think you see him in the scene view. Maybe it's just really fast, whatever. Anyway, I need to test and make sure this still looks fine when I'm going around other spots of the planet. Is that off center? Yeah. Rocks seem to be pretty fine. Not sure why the sparks are being all weird. Oh. Huh. Weird. Why is it sliding like that? Weird. Why? The rocks work pretty fine, but the sparks aren't behaving. Okay, hold on. I mean, we can always just put the sparks under a parent object like we did for the... Well, it just is kind of weird because, like... They both basically work the same. Like, I don't... Eh, whatever. I'll try putting it under a parent object, see if that fixes it at all. And if not, I'll fucking deal with it another time. I don't know. Wait, wouldn't I want the offset detection on the parent object? How has this even been working? The fuck? I guess maybe it's inheriting the... I don't fucking know. let's just see what happens here. Yeah, because what? I don't know. Nothing makes any sense ever. But whatever. If it works, it works. Let's see if it's misbehaving still over here. That's good. Nice. Okay. That seemed to fix it, which is weird because, like, yeah, I guess it inherits the Y of that. I don't know, man. Oh, that's weird. How are they stuck together like that? Stop it. Oh, that's weird. It's because it hit the... Oh, hey, look, that's a bug I need to fix. Amazing. Which I guess that makes sense because... Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I'll fix it eventually. I don't care enough right now, though. Okay. So, let me look at my to-do list of things. Fixed the grass, trees, and lighting before. Create slam particle. So yeah, I think the reason that's happening is because on my movement here where I'm playing the particles, I'm not actually looking for if I hit a specific layer. I mean, the easy way to fix this is just to make it so that this only, you know, happens when I actually hit the ground, or if I just want that to apply to the particles, only have it do this if I've hit the ground, which isn't too difficult. So yeah, I could just simply check for a specific layer in like an if statement here. So I'm ignoring that issue for now though, because I don't care enough at the moment. Okay, cool. So yeah, I think the next thing I need to do, I mean, the boring thing that I have to do is place the rest of the grass down around the planet, which just sucks. It's just tedious and ugh. And I can't use the terrain tool because it's a sphere. Yet another thing that messes this up for me and makes things more difficult. So yeah, I need to do that. And then after that, I need to texture the props inside the buildings. I'd like to make it so you could just, like, you know, destroy the cushions and stuff for the couch, like it like explodes apart, but honestly, that's kind of a low priority thing right now. Then I need to make it so I need to turn the spawners back on because I need to mess with the vermin behavior, because right now they'll, like, run into walls and stuff, you know, and won't navigate around it, so I need to make their AI a little smarter. Then I need to make vermin that aren't spawning in from the other places and are actually cowering, like, in some of the buildings, and you can kill them like that. And, you know, obviously, this system isn't perfect here, and it's a little too high at some parts, but, like, that's fine. Grass needs to be tinkered with a little, too. But actually, I think it's spawning the rocks higher on the grass. It's interesting. Anyway, I also need to make it so that doing this slam near a building also makes the building, like, you know, explode, and so that would be good too. But yeah, it's coming along. It's getting there. Also would like to make it so you can like knock down trees and lampposts as well, but those are more minor issues. It's fun though. It's hard to decide what order to do things in sometimes. I mean, I'll probably next time like work on placing some grass. When I get bored of that, move to doing something else. I think the most important thing to do next is probably work on vermin navigation. So yeah. But it's fun, it's feeling good. Making good progress. Day and night cycle won't be this fast, by the way. I just have it like that for now because it's kind of fun. Looks like I have destroyed this building. But yeah, making progress. Let me go ahead and push this change. So, I'll just say, God, I did so many things. Fixed grass issue, or no, I already wrote that down. I don't even know. Added slam particle effects. Before I push this, I should delete that other script for that I'm not going to be using anymore. It's just going to take up space. It was for the follow player. Yeah, this one. You're no longer using that. Just make sure I didn't break anything by deleting that first. Yeah, we're fine. It's a good start. Again, I'll need to add another particle effect for like the rocks coming up out of this, but like, you know, stuff for the future. I also want to add a decal that permanently puts like a mark on the ground where you slammed. But, you know, minor things. The reason this building can't be destroyed is it actually takes damage and then eventually disappears, which I might have that turned off, actually. Because this is what spawns the vermin in. I need to make, yeah, there it goes. I need to make destroyed states of the building so you know you're doing damage. Need to add sound effects in for, you know, breaking buildings. Lots of things to do. Always lots of things to do. Well, we'll call that good for now, so. Fixed bugs. Commit to main, push origin. Okay. Well, and